Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind, our 6A lacrosse video. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Tim Haslam. And of course, our lacrosse video here on KSL Sports Rewind, as always, brought to you by Tribal West Lacrosse. If you have any lacrosse needs, if you want to check out gear, give it a try. They've got a shooting cage for you. Also, you got to check out the Great Ball Machine at their location in Sandy. And if you can't get to their location, they've got an online store for you at tribalwest.com. You can enter the promo code FREESHIPUTAH26 for free shipping to anywhere in the state of Utah. I want to thank Tribal West Lacrosse for their sponsorship here on KSL Sports Rewind, as well as Tab Bank. Tim, it's been a while, but today we're going to dissect RPI rankings. We're going to talk about some of the top teams in 6A on the girls' side and on the boys' side. Let's start first with the girls' side. Now, we're filming this Monday evening, April 13th. So rankings accurate as of Monday night. These shift with every game that gets completed within an hour. You can go out to the UHSA website, see the RPI rankings, pretty real time, see where your team stacks up. But Tim, at the time of filming this on Monday night, your top 5 in 6A, Lone Peak number 5, Syracuse number 4, Mountain Ridge number 3, Skyridge number 2, and Riverton number 1. Tim, you just saw Riverton last week. You did them against West Jordan. What stood out most to you about the Lady Silverwolves coming in at number 1 in the 6A RPI?
As I was calling that game, Riverton, West Jordan, as you mentioned, the thing that stood out to me is how many players Riverton have who can score goals. Right now, they've got 9 players with 10 or more goals, which is pretty impressive. Their leading scorer, Kara Aramusepe, I think had 1 goal, maybe 2 in that game. Like I didn't even call her name really until the 3rd or 4th quarter. But Riverton finding a way to use their entire team and then to score goals. And then I was sitting there watching their defense going like, this is a pretty incredible defense. They play this really unique style where they kind of have 4 girls up in a zone up at the top and then a couple down low, and they slide really well. They help really well. And just, West Jordan coming into that game, the number 1 in the 5A RPI, which we'll get to, but they just shut them down. It was really impressive. So Riverton definitely deserving of that top spot. We'll see how things go when they get into region, obviously Mountain Ridge in that region. And then, Riverton does play Park City later in the year. So that'll be a fun one to keep tabs on as well.
I actually saw that one. I was like, oh, that'd be great. It's up at Park City. And so I don't know if we'll be able to get that one. Park City undergoing some stadium renovations. And so having to play kind of off-site. But go check out our 5A video. We'll talk all about Park City because, my goodness, they've been so good. But, Tim, any other teams that maybe stand out to you in this top 5 in 6A? You mentioned Riverton will play Mountain Ridge. That's a region game. There's some other good teams in that region too, but any other notes that stand out to you in this top 5 here on April 13th?
Skyridge at 2, definitely deserving as well. They played Mountain Ridge earlier in the season and won. And, unfortunately, we won't probably see Riverton's Skyridge until the Final Four or championship game. But I think, pending any catastrophes, Skyridge will take that number 2 spot, for the foreseeable future. And then I loved looking at this. One of the coaches up in Region 1 texted me and said, go look at the RPI. This is a couple days ago, so things have changed a little bit. But yeah. Syracuse, Davis, Weber, Farmington are all right there. And so it's just going to make that Region 1 very exciting to watch as those 4 teams battle it out essentially in region play. And we'll see where the RPI takes them from there. And then, Lone Peak kind of sneaking in there as well. Could they be that 4th team in 6A? I think, you kind of have Riverton, Skyridge, Mountain Ridge. I think everyone kind of expects them to be the top 3, but who's going to be that 4th team? Who's going to be that other team to make it to the Final Four, so to speak?
I was actually going to ask you if you were surprised. Look, it's just math, right? There's no controversy to this, but Davis, Farmington, and Weber being outside the top 5, those are some talented teams. I mean, they've been in tight battles. Weber just lost to Farmington by 3 last week, I think it was. So they've been in some tight battles. Surprised that all those 3 teams are outside the top 5, Tim? Do you expect them to maybe have opportunities to be in the top 5 before it's all said and done?
I mean, the thing you have to remember with the RPI is it counts winning games as the number 1 factor, right? Yeah. And so you look at Farmington, 3 losses, Davis, 3 losses. Weber just has the 2. But the teams have had of them, Riverton 9-0, Skyridge 9-1, Syracuse 8-2. So you have to win games, right? And so those teams, probably right where they should be, considering their records and things like, they play each other. And so that'll affect the RPI and the winning percentages and all of that. Yep. So it's really fun to see those teams right there.
In fact, it gets real juicy because Farmington Davis play this week and Davis Weber play this week. So they're all right there, 6, 7, 8. They're going to be going toe to toe this week. It'll be fantastic. You'll start to see, we'll see if one of those teams starts to stand out from the others. Well, that'll do it. A lot of great games left. And want to remind you, we've got live game streams every week, the rest of the year for you right here on KSL Sports Rewind. For Vince Francis, Tim Haslam, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us for our RPI breakdown presented by Tribal West Lacrosse and Tab Bank.